This is Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior. You're fanging and banging and watching the Nation's Network. That's right. Want some? Get some? Bad enough? Take some. Again, you're fanging and banging and you're watching the Nation Network.
That wasn't the anticipated entrance. Welcome, everybody, back to the Nation Network. And today is the day DLC. This is the first official DLC. I mean, if you count the one that you get at launch day, I don't consider that DLC because at the end of the day, it's part of the launch, early release and all that pre-order stuff. So that said, yeah, this is the first official DLC pack featuring ECW stars. And I guess you could even say CM Punk is a member of that community because he did do the WWE version of ECW. We won't talk about that bastardized thing. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, taking a look at it. We're going to go over the patch notes, and there are many. I haven't even looked over all of them, so we'll be learning some of that together. But first and foremost, let's take a look at the wrestlers themselves. I've got an 8-man battle royal or something like that going on here in ECW, since that's where most of them be from. Let's see how they look. We'll get the entrances, the actual music, because I don't worry about copyright, stuff like that. I don't make money off of this channel like other people do that have to have them come out to no music, which sucks. So let's get the full look at what they look like, visual and audio all together. Here we go. Now, it begs the question, why are you going to wear the glasses out just to take them off immediately? I get taking them off once you get in the ring, getting ready for combat, but it's like you walk out with them on, take them right off. Okay. Got the WWE music for the Dudley. Sounds good. Now, I don't know. I'm presuming that if we do the tag team entrance, it'll have the whole fireworks coming down. We can take a look at that separately, but I just wanted to have a match where we saw everybody's individual entrances first, and then we'll go from there. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm happy I was able to bounce a little bit early today. We had some really messed up weather, and parts of Florida are still going through it. Wonder who that could be. If you look closely at the right hand, you can see a little bit of Jack Perry's hair stuck in the tape. One of the things I find interesting, all the talk about tattoos and tattoo artists and all that stuff, but he's got Han Solo and Princess Leia, which are pretty copyright protected characters. We might have to go into the edit mode and make sure that they haven't tweaked those at all to look a little bit more generic. Remember back in the day, Devon looking good. You know, back in the day, they had to tweak the Pepsi logo thing and the Cobra. So let's take a look at that. You don't have to worry about the artist coming after you. You have to worry about Disney coming after you. Damn, Devon looks good. So far, my favorite of the three. Oh, look at that haircut. Look at the buzz. We got wood. Oh, yeah. So anybody thought they were going to get Metallica or something like that, you're out of your minds. That was never going to happen. But the thing that's got me a little bummed about this is that he doesn't come in through the crowd. But damn, that looks good. Hey, good for him. He's getting a payday out of this. And he bleeds. Nice. There's a first. I wonder if he starts the match, though, with it. If you were to change his entrance, I wonder if that would negate the blood. You would think so. Got to look to see if he starts the match with the blood. We're going to get up on top of the rail, no? Yeah, all right. For a guy who had such an iconic entrance, I knew the music was going to be there, but I thought to get some of the other stuff done. Probably going to change the music on Terry Funk because Terry Funk does not come out to an up-tempo song at all. And some of their cowboy songs, western songs that are in the game would be a much better fit. I know we're not going to get Desperado. I get it. But this is right here, Bonanza playing, and Terry Funk's not a Bonanza entrance. But he looks really good. Got the Funk U shirt, got the bandana. Can't argue or complain. I think he looks really tight. Prime time in the house. What's up, my brother? Well, so far, I got to say, they all look good. Devon still looks ridiculously good. And now we're into the ones that are already in the game. I'm not going to watch those entrances. They've been out a long time. Everybody's seen those by now. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the DLC just came out today. There's a patch, of course, that goes with it. I thought that would have come out yesterday, but as of 10 p.m., I still didn't have access to a patch. Primetime in the house, indeed. I do like the arena. That's not DLC, that's part of the standard, but I'm just saying I like it.
And their opponent from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 205 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
This guy reeks of somebody who lies, cheats, and steals. Of course, I could be wrong. Bell sounds. First pinfall or submission, anything goes. Let's hopefully get to see them have some anythings goes. What if the Dudleys will work together? I know in the Royal Rumbles they're supposed to have teammates work together. While this is going on, tell you what, I'm going to just focus on this. I want to see the moves. And oh, look at the Dudleys going after one another. Nicely done. It's every man for himself. There are no friends in the Battle Royal. Look at Devon turning on Bubba Ray at the drop of a hat. Fuck you, he says. I'm doing all right, prime time. How you doing? Now the hardcore icon, Cactus Jack, outside there on the floor. Thought he might go underneath the ring and grab something. Terry Funk going to work on CM Punk. That's a dream match right there. Bubba Ray was just kind of chilling out. Looked like he was talking to the Sandman, but paid the price for that. Middle agent and crazy is where I'm trying to get out. Comes up with a knee lift, sends him over the top rope, and now CM Punk taking advantage of a geriatric patient. Bitch slaps Terry Funk. Mon Cordero's in the house. Welcome aboard, buddy. We are just checking out the new DLC here. Got to look at all the entrances. Got to hear the musics. Going to go into the edit mode a little bit later on and get a close look at some of them. Oh, look at Sandman's got the stairs. Oh, and he dropped them. Thought he was going to beam somebody in the head with those. This is all in-game characters now. There's no created wrestlers being used. CM Punk going to try and put this one away. Eddie Guerrero says, I don't think so. Oh, knee drain. That is no fun. Hope you feel better soon, man. What'd you do? Springboard by Guerrero. Drop kick has no effect. And now goes after the Punkster. Doesn't give you the camera cut options, I guess, for the Battle Royal. Drop to the back of the head of Devon, and now comes up with one to Mick Foley / Cactus Jack. Damn, CM Punk is going ham on everybody outside the ring. Damn, listen to the metal go. And Sandman has gotten a hold of his kendo stick. Nothing good going to come from that if your name is... Oh, look at this, the Russian leg sweep with the kendo stick. I love it. It's in the game. And now the Cactus Driver. Bang! Jack going for the cover, but too many people in the ring to make the save. It's going to be tough to score a pinfall on this one with everybody there. Rob Van Dam's flying under the radar just a little bit here. Fluid buildup. Yeah, man, I've seen that. They go in there with that needle and that's got to be a special kind of fun. Sir DJ. No, these are not. This is all the DLC that came out today. There are absolutely zero cause being used right now. This is 5 of them are DLC today. The other ones are already in the game, but that's CM Punk, the Dudleys, Terry Funk, and the Sandman. That's all brand new stuff that just dropped today. Rob Van Dam was already in the game. Cactus Jack was already in the game. Eddie Guerrero, of course, is already in the game. Yeah, I mean, it'll be nice not to have to wait another 2 months for a DLC pack, but after that, I think it is a long wait again. What I'm thinking of doing is having a GM mode for ECW. I've never really done a GM mode ever. I just don't care for it. But I'll give it a shot. Ah, yeah, Germany, that big time difference there. What is it, like 8 hours? Rob Van Dam gets the whole fucking win. Well, a lot of fans would be happy about that outcome. Yeah. Big win for Rob Van Dam. Oh, thanks, Primetime. I'm having fun with that. It gets to be a bigger challenge every year and what I can possibly do that I haven't done already. And I know a lot of us like the older content so far as the wrestlers from the golden era. I guess they're now dubbing it. Originally, the golden era was back in Gorgeous George's time, but now all of a sudden it's the 80s. So, yeah, whatever. I would refer to it as the 80s era myself. But anyway, I know a lot of us are into those characters and those wrestlers from that time frame, but I've already done WWF a million ways to Sunday and NWA and all the other promotions. I says, but I've never done XWF really, and they did have a lot of legends. I said, so we can do something with that. And that's what we're doing. All right, let us take a look. I did delete almost every one of the female talent that had the ability to compete in the men's matches, simply because I wasn't using them and they were tying up a bunch of slots that I need now. So there's no getting that back because, as we know, Status had uploaded those and that was a part of why he got banned. So he won't be putting them back, I'm sure of that, and probably nobody else will either at that point. But that's okay. I wasn't using them as much as I thought I might. And we just had the match with Chyna and Ronda Rousey yesterday. Had a little bit of blood in there, but at the same time, it didn't show up as well as I thought it might. I was trying to get a good bloodbath out of it. Didn't really happen that way. And I'm just like, yeah, time to move on and free up the slots. No, that's not what I wanted. Damn it. Focus, focus, focus. Thanks, Primetime. I appreciate it, man. I like this place. I spend more time in this room. The funny thing is, this room has been many things over many years. At one point in time, this whole room was nothing but wrestling figures. I mean, they were every freaking where. I had shelves. I had, you name. I mean, they were just all over the damn place. And I never came into the room, though. It's like once in a blue moon, I'd kind of walk in and I'd look at them and, I remember the matches and but that would be it. And then I'd walk out and I wouldn't come back in again for a month. And I'm like, what a waste of space. So I put them all in a box. I've sold a bunch of them off already. That's what we're looking for. Then it turned into a music room because I was DJing quite a bit then. So I had a lot of, artwork up there from different artists that I liked over the years and that type of stuff. But even then, I wasn't coming in that often to listen to music. But once I started getting into the streaming thing a little bit more seriously, now I'm in this room all the fucking time. So I'm in here doing one thing or another, man. It's just nonstop. So thanks. I appreciate that. I figure if I'm going to be in here that much, I got to make it so I like it. So far as any of these guys going to XWF at the moment, I didn't even consider that, to be honest with you. I'm planning on doing a GM mode with ECW, so that's where I'm kind of targeting them to go. Doesn't mean it won't happen. It could happen. Definitely fits the time zone all right, so possibility. All right, let's get to CM Punk in particular because I want to see M. Punk. Bam. Oh, yeah, the control center. That, too. I appreciate it. All right, let's go back to here. And what I want to do, not that I want to do it, what we're going to do. Want to get a look here. Yeah, that's Leia. Oh, they put sunglasses on Han. I see. I knew they had to do something, and I guess they gave her a new hairstyle. All right. I was wondering. I'm like, that man, Disney will absolutely crush them if they go with this. But there you go. So Han Solo is now. I don't even know, man. Like Danny Zuko will say. And Princess Leia is just looking like a pretty good looking girl. That's about it. All right, so that answered that question that I had. I'd never thought about it before. I mean, now I want to go back to some of the older games and see. I wonder if, and I don't think you can do it with Fight Forever if you can remove the clothing like this. He's got some interesting choices and tattoos, this boy. All right, well, there's that. The Cobra, again, they're taking out some of the stuff in the middle there, so it's not officially the Cobra, but at least they kept the majority of the shape. And look what they did to the Pepsi logo. You gotta love it. Well, there's that. And that's all I was really interested to see was what they kept and what they had to tweak, and now we know. All right, so CM Punk is not going to be getting sued by Disney, nor is WWE at this point. One of these days, I'm going to pop in the old, 2K14 and see if they did the same thing with that or not. All right, let's go back here one more time, and this time I want to see the tag teams. Well, there's only one in particular I want to see, but... Devon, get the tables. Who we want them to go up against? I'll tell you what, we'll take a look at this, even though it's not. We'll do some Shield. Hunter Iggy in the house. Kevin Davis is here. Welcome aboard, gentlemen. Do we have the streaming fireworks coming down? No, I guess we're cutting that part out. The pyro is out. I wonder if the pyro entrance is already in the game, though. I think it may be an alternate option. It's under like hardcore icons or one name or something like that. Jesse Ventura, I had not heard this information. I do know that I had heard that he had an interview, and I saw part of it, where he did talk about the potential to come back, that he would entertain the conversation, and that maybe even he had a conversation, but there was nothing that came out of that interview at that time. But if all that is true, then it's a win-win. I mean, Jesse's voice is iconic when it comes to the WWF. And if anyone deserves a Legends deal and should be in next year's game, I mean, first off, you should still have Superstar Billy Graham next year. So the idea of having Jesse Ventura and Superstar Billy Graham in the game together, that'd be pretty cool. It'd start out as a tag team, I can tell you that. Now, as most of you know that watch this channel on a regular basis, I'm not a massive Seth Rollins fan. I like the guy, I respect him, but I just, I can give or take the matches most of the time. For me to get into a match of his, I have to really care about the other person involved in it. So normally I wouldn't have taken up a creation slot with another version of him, an alternate version from what's in the game, but this is one of those status things that has the music for the Shield, it has the video for the Shield, but it is exclusive to Seth Rollins. Can't be used on anything else, unfortunately. So if I wanted to create a Shield or something like that, it's not going to happen. Primetime says, what's going to be the next live stream, next Project Wrestling Federation? I mean, right now I got XWF going, and that's going to be it for a while. I have nothing else on the agenda at the moment. We've introduced, with the XWF universe, we've introduced BCW. I guess with the Roman 14, you do get the Shield music without the little call signs in the beginning.
Weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns.
Well, this takes you back in time, doesn't it? Yeah, I've introduced BCW recently. Or reintroduced, I should say. I did it back in like 18, I think, when that first dropped. But that was all original creation and stuff like that. Now, I'm still using a lot of original stuff for that. I basically have created several of the characters that are in the My Rise and brought them into the game. And then just mixed it in with a few other talents that I think would be a good fit. And that's part of the XWF universe. So the XWF really has the BCW. It also has the alternate version of WWF, where everyone's trying to kill Vince And just trying to keep up with that many promotions right now is, the last week and a half I've done almost nothing with this. I've been really big into Fallout. I've had the game for almost 7 or 8 years probably. And every time I tried to play it, I just couldn't get into it. And I didn't realize why until recently. But then the TV series came out on Amazon, and man, I freaking love that show. Love it to death. So I kind of forced myself back into the game. And the reason I didn't like the game is because the game does a really poor job of teaching you the game. There's a lot to do in that game if you've never played it. I mean, a lot to do. I mean, I'm already at the point where I know I will never be done with this game because there's no ending to it. Even if you get the storyline done, there's so much to do in this open world game and building settlements up and how all the different parts work together and your character's progression and perks and stuff like that. I mean, my God, I mean, it's just hours on hours on end. And it's good. I mean, it's talk about bang for the buck. It's there. But yeah, I've been so deep into that game over the last week now. And I had to use a ton of YouTube videos just to understand all the different aspects of it. But they don't explain to you in the game, and that's why I kind of gave up on it in the past. But now that I've got all these little tutorials that people have put together to make sense of it all, I'm just like, holy shit, this is amazing. So for everyone that ever told me back in the day, well, if you like this game and you like this game, then you'll love this game, they're right. I just didn't understand it enough to love it. So that's it. I don't have time to start adding a bunch of other promotions and stuff like that. If you watched our last Wrestle Chat, you did see something else that we're starting to do now. Neil Hooper came up with a little comment a couple of chats ago that got me to thinking, And ever since then, we've just been making it happen. That's a tag. Dudley time. Oh, shit. Missed that one. Both members of the Shield are down. Down. Alex Jones look. Oh, my goodness. Stunner. Seth freaking Rollins head first into the turnbuckle. Steve Vaughn says, I don't think so. I should have made this a no DQ match so I could... I don't think they've done it, but it would be nice if they would ever put a finisher in for the Dudleys, or if there's a table in the ring, they do the 3D through the table. Powerbomb. Assisted powerbomb. Welcome to Dudleyville. Get a look at some of the taunt action here. Pretty much everything you'd expect you would see. Takes a page from the book of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And you might want to even add that to Dusty's list. Uh-oh, bad things about to happen. Following the 3D. Yeah, I might add that to Dusty's. Put it in as another finisher or even a special. Damn, they're going to show that whole thing? Wow. Boom! Well, you know what? 2K takes a lot of shit. They earn a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, this is a pretty solid pack. These guys look good. Out of the 5 we got today, I really think Devon's the one that just looks flat out amazing. Real belt is in my hand. DLC is out in America, depending on what your time zone is. Sir DJ is impressed with the CM Punk. Yes, he does look good, I got to admit. Here's the thing. I mean, with the changes they made to Han and Leia, because his knee pads cover the majority of them up anyway, you really didn't. I mean, unless you bring him into the studio like I did and strip him down, you're not even going to notice it. But I thought it was clever that they put sunglasses on. Somebody had to be thinking something. Okay, how are we going to change this? It can't look like Harrison Ford. What are we going to do? Put sunglasses on him. Fucking brilliant. I'd love to see the Rock and Roll Express back. I don't imagine that's likely going to happen. I mean, what I keep saying, and it's never going to happen at this point. Well, with Triple H around, maybe. I want them to do another Legends of WrestleMania type game. But I mean, I want it to be played like this and just Legends and like 200 of them. All the ones that we've ever had, bring them all back for one big game. Let them get their paydays and, you know, let us have a true Legends wrestling game. I think it'll do really well. But what do I know? They don't ask me. But I would love to have the Rock and Roll Express back. As for Magnum TA and a Legends deal, could happen. I mean, they've done it before. They made one of the elite figures of Magnum TA. So it's not like they've never had him on one. They haven't put him in a game yet. That would be a cool thing to do. I love the Alex Jones look reference, which is true. I mean, now that you mention it, Dave, I'm like, yeah, he does actually look like Alex Jones now. You know, looking at the last, I think it was the last or second to last Dark Side of the Ring, where they were talking about Black Sunday. And you get a look at Bob Roop, and I'm like, I didn't know that was Bob Roop until his name appeared on the screen. I thought that it was Ole Anderson. And I'm like, holy shit. I mean, I have to really focus hard to see Bob Roop in that image at all, man. I mean, I know the guy's a lot older now, but when I moved to Florida in 86 and he was running around with Kevin Sullivan and then ended up being the manager of Lex Luger when he debuted, that ain't the same guy I saw there on the TV screen at all. Yeah, well, Primetime, they don't have the WCW gear in the game, but my God, these guys have already uploaded so many different attires. I'll end up doing one that I saw for the Sandman because it has my two favorite Sandman attires. As a matter of fact, we can take a look at that right now. It's got the Sandman with the Budweiser design T-shirt on with the red, white, and blue. I guess we can call them workout pants or something like that. Those loose fitting. When I first ever saw the Sandman, that's what he was wearing. He had the red, white, and blue pants on with the red T-shirt, and that's one of the things that's in there. I'm not remembering which creator it was, but go to my favorites and see what they got up there, because these guys are crazy. Let's see. Take a Shit is here. Roosh, never got into him. Preston Vance, Raven. Oh, we got Axel Rotten. Oh, no, we had Axel Rotten. What am I thinking? It's another version of him. We've got a couple of different guys that have put up, who's you call it there? Finn Balor, Demon. Oh, Too Cold looking good. Who's this? Hero Sleuther. Slither. That looks pretty solid, actually. Let's take a closer look. Wow. Well done. Well done. Scorpio's got a very difficult head to... Wow, they even got him with a long hair ponytail pullback. Dadgummit, man. Above and beyond. It's a hard shape head to replicate in the game because the top of his head gets very narrow. All right, let's continue on here. We're looking for the Sandman attire. A Kid, another Too Cold by the same creator, which means it'll have different attires. Like I said, if you're looking for a different appearance and attire, Mike Awesome, I'm going to have to grab that eventually. Actually, we're here now. What am I waiting for? K Radiation. This guy does such good work. Such good work. If you're on my favorites list, that means you do something really right. One of the things I also love about downloading some ECW talent is you take a look here at Mike Awesome. He's not using 25 different logos, which there's a big cap on logos right now. We're going to go to the notes here in just a couple of minutes and see what they've done, hopefully to address all these things. Download time's a little bit lengthy, but it is what it is. Let's see. Dudley models are young enough. Yes, I agree. So, DJ, I'm going to guess you're from the UK. When I got into wrestling proper, that's like a UK terminology that they use that word. I was a huge fan of Big Dog Roman. See, I didn't get into Roman until the whole bloodline thing. I couldn't really stand him, to be honest with you. But it all came to the head on a Monday Night Raw where Cena was already pretty much out of the company, but he'd make these one-off appearances, and he made this comeback, and he was going to have a match with Roman, who they were still trying to push to the top. And, damn, look at the Tony Storm in black and white. Interesting. Oh, wait, that's a shot. Never mind. I thought it was the character. Stupid. But anyway, during the promo, Roman just kind of like locked up and didn't have anything to deliver. And Cena just looks at him for a minute. Call the promo, big dog. You're going to have to learn how to do one if you're going to make it to the top. And the crowd cracked up, and even Roman broke out of character for a minute. But from that moment on, he all of a sudden was pretty fucking solid on promos. I don't know if he just went in the back and said, fuck all of you. I am not going by script. I'm doing me. Because that's what it felt like happened. The next week, he was doing the stuff that we are now used to him doing. Swerve. Christian, that's a good-looking Christian Cage. I have no desire, but if anyone's looking, iconic cause, yep. No surprise. If I was going to do the Shield again, another iconic cause creation here, John Moxley. Guy does just great work. Juan Cordero just had Funk versus Hogan, and Funk won the WWF belt in a cage match. There you go. That's what I call booking. D-Train's in the house. Yes, I was referring to Fallout earlier. Loving that game. It's dominating my life at the moment. The fact that the refs call out a tag isn't a bad thing, I don't think, because of the fact that in real wrestling, they generally do that. You just don't always hear it. A lot of times on TV, you won't hear it. But the fact that they put it in there, yeah, what the hell? By the way, I've seen all this stuff on social media. I guess Lillian Garcia was back at Raw yesterday. I've got to watch it. I've recorded it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm guessing it was for one match. I don't imagine she did the whole night. Or maybe she did. Maybe Sam was out sick or something. I don't know. When we do Wrestle Chat again, which has got to be soon, we're overdue. Again, I've just been Fallout mode. But, yeah, we're going to talk about that Samantha Irvin thing because big news coming out of the Camp Cornet when it comes to Samantha Irvin. If you haven't heard, you'll find out. ECW old school gear looks better than this gear in the game. Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a fan of the old school gear as well. That said, this was their old school gear for WWF. So I'm good with either one. It's a solid Nick Nemeth right there. I already got one that I like quite a bit, though, but this is done by King Zik, which I think is supposed to be like King Sick. All right, let me do this. Because I'm not finding this Sandman. I'm wondering if it was through this search or maybe I did a different one. But I feel like this would have been one of the guys in my favorites tabs. Dean Ambrose when he actually had hair. Another Dean Ambrose with hair. All right, if it's not on this page, we're just going to search Sandman. I don't know how I found it last time, but I'm almost positive it was going through this. Hoopa! Why can't you get them? What you can't get? The DLC? Didn't you have a problem with the last DLC too? Where it wasn't playing nicely for you? Kings and queens eating pork and beans, baby. $3D is in the game. D-Train, what do you mean you see them but can't use them? What are you talking about? Yeah, with the time zone, you have to wait till, I guess, it's 9 a.m. West Coast time for us. So that's usually around noon over here on the East Coast. So I'm not sure how that affects the globe overall, but that's how it works for us. Aubrey Edwards looking good in that one. Who made that? Antronix, yep. Another one who does great work. That's solid right there. All right, let's go here. Let me see. Oh, I might have been doing the Stevie search, and it probably came up as part of that. Gonna do a search for Sandman and see if it shows that kid who got bullied by the Native American in Washington a few years back. D-Train, where are you, though? You're in the U.S. You should be able to have him by now. That makes no sense. Yeah, I mean, we might see Demolition now that Vince is gone. I mean, Vince hated them. There was a falling out there. Dave, regarding the Underdog, I actually ran the commercials for a little bit. Actually, hold that thought a moment. Here we go. I could tell you about it, but this would be better.
So my entire life, I knew that I always wanted to be able to give back and help others, especially financially, because that's something that I never really had. And around the same time that I found Camper, I got my first big YouTube paycheck of $7,000. So I decided at that point I would start Camper Cares, a charity project inspired by Camper to help animals, families, and fosters. And so Camper Cares was born, and every month since we have been donating a part of our ad revenue to animals, families, and fosters in need. Today, we are at Underdog Rescue in Moab. Underdog services the Four Corners area in Navajo Nation. It is a really special area that needs constant help and attention. Recently, the median household income here is $20,000. Unemployment rate is near 50%, and around 1/3 of the homes don't even have running water or electricity. Not only that, there are stray dogs everywhere. Just in Navajo Nation, there are 250,000 stray dogs. And in the Four Corners area, around 500,000 stray animals. The worst part is the life expectancy of a res dog is only 2 years old due to the lack of food and water, the harsh elements, predators, and life-threatening injuries. So I am so thankful for rescues like Underdog, especially because there are 4 other shelters in this region, but they are high kill shelters, and 93% of those animals in there are killed. Not to mention, there are only 2 vets serving the entire Navajo Nation. This area needs our help. I am so thankful for rescues like Underdog, who are doing such amazing and important work. They really, truly deserve it all. And thank you so much to all of you for making this possible and for making my dreams come true. And just by watching, making a dent in this big problem.
All right, well, Camper got a hold of my credit card last night. You want to show him what we got him? We got you guys. I'm so excited. 1,000 pounds of dog food. Except one catch. You guys got to help me out. 1,000 pounds of dog food will last this rescue about 1 month. So let's just say we need a lot more. So if you want to help, I'm going to put some information in the description with an address where you can send it or a link where you can just get it on Amazon. But at least we got a month down. All loaded up.
Yeah, so that's all about it right there. So Nikki Daventhal, she's got a YouTube channel. She was on, I want to say The Bachelor. I forget what season. Never watched the show. Or Bachelorette, maybe. I don't know. She was on one of those shows. But now she just travels the world, or the country, I should say, in an RV. Not even an RV. Originally, it was a Prius. And now she's got something a little bit bigger. but literally just on the road all the time. And I kind of live vicariously through people like that because there's a part of me that would love to downsize to that. But then I think to myself, okay, all of a sudden you have a mechanical issue and you're fucked because there's your house in the shop. So you have to find a place to sleep and hope that the mechanics aren't robbing you blind. All your valuables are in there, right? So anyway, these are the thoughts that go through my mind when I consider selling everything and living out of a van. But keep in mind, my number one thought is, how do I keep on streaming? So hence, I stay in my house. But yeah, and I'm behind. I need to do what I generally try to do is once a month, I just send a big bag of dog food out there through Amazon. It's simple. Now that address is in my list. I just click on it, boom, send them a bag of dog food. They don't know me. They don't know where it's coming from, but because she does this kind of stuff all the time, you know. And I'm a firm believer in helping animals because animals didn't do nothing wrong. People make a lot of bad decisions. People treat people badly. I find it a lot harder to help people out sometimes. I'm a lot more skeptical when people are asking for help. When The Rock and Oprah are asking for money to help the people of Hawaii, when the two of them are standing there with enough money to start a nation of their own. You know, I'm very skeptical about that. But when I know she's going to this place out in the middle of nowhere, I'll contribute a little bit to that. So that's why it's there. Thanks for asking about that. I appreciate it. Still not sure, though, why, like I said, D-Train, I feel like you should have that already. I don't know what would be the holdup on that. Looking for a good new jack. I did pick up not a new jack, but I picked up no, I'm sorry, I did get new jack. I was thinking of Mustafa. That I haven't really looked either, but I haven't found one, but I haven't looked for one either. But I got a good new jack. There's a couple of good new jacks out there. Haven't looked for Public Enemy this time around. I do not have Atom Bomb. No, Hunter. I'm still here because you can't do your job. I'm not even sure what that reference is, but I'll take it. From Germany. They taught British English in school. Well, and that's the point. That's a British, you know, the British a lot of times will say, oh, that's a proper team, or that's they use the word proper in that as an adjective. So anyway, that's what made me think maybe that was where you were from. But the fact that when you teach English with the British end of it, then yes, you're going to take those words into account and the way they use them. My favorite story of all time, this is way back in the 80s. I've always been in the hospitality industry. Central Florida, that's pretty much all you have a choice on. But I was starting to learn as I was dealing with people from other countries that I'd never met before, because in New York, it was pretty much New Yorkers, right? And the Brits would come around, and I would learn that the words that we had here that had very definite meanings had different meanings over there. And one word in particular, we had a car. It was a hotel, right? I'm running this little hotel, and we had a small car agency renting cars there. So here's this British guy renting a car. He's not one of our guests. He's one of theirs. And the car rental company had a couple of guys that worked for them that would clean up the cars, drive them around for the guests to take them, and things like that. So there's one guy that worked for the car company. He was a pretty big black guy, you know, and he's out there and he's tidying up the car, getting it ready for this guy. And he comes back up from the office to the lobby. He says, do you know what my car is? Which one? I says, oh, it'll be the one out there. Well, the black guy who's putting the car together for him, is smoking a cigarette. Some of you already know where this is going. He says, which one? I said, the one out there. Oh, the one with the guy with the fag. And I just like, what? And guess what? The door was open. So he's looking at it, excuse me? Well, we had to get a quick education in British dialect, and that fag is cigarette. I said, yeah, you don't want to be doing that around here. You're going to get your ass whooped around this place, calling people that. But so anyway, yeah, that's now that was my introduction into dialect being different in different countries. Even though they speak English, their English a little bit different than ours. Purist is in the house questioning his sanity. Purist, I've been questioning your sanity for a long time, but let's see what you got here. And I'm keeping you up at night. That scares me. Is AEW finally upping their product with the Elite Takeover thing? Or, dude, I couldn't answer that question because I won't watch it. I have no way of responding to that. I have no idea what they're doing with it. I wish them well, but it's garbage, so I don't watch it. D-Train seems to think it's a 50-50. I'll take his word for it. It's not early, Crystal. What's going on with everybody? How come nobody's getting it? I'm on the East Coast in the U.S. I don't know where you're at, Crystal, but I'm hearing from people overseas. I get that. There's a time difference. But I'm hearing people in the United States saying that I can see them, but I can't play with the characters yet. That I don't get. And by the way, this is the Sandman attire I was looking for that I was mentioning earlier. And this is by Puff is War. I thought it said Buff, but it's Puff with a P is War. So I'm going to grab that. Crystal, where are you at? What part of are you in the U.S.? Are you East Coast, Central Time? It doesn't make sense, though. I mean, at this point, we're East Coast, so we're the last ones. I can see the characters, but can't use them telling me to buy the pack. But I have the 40 edition, which is right. See, this may be hard to believe, right? This may be a 2K glitch because they just appeared for me and they've been playing fine. I didn't have to do anything. In the old days, you had to still go and download the pack, and it would just show that you already paid for it. Let me ask you, all right, did you guys update your game? Because there was a patch that went with it. Maybe that's the thing. You have to make sure you do the patch. Yeah, prime time. I haven't watched TNA as regularly as I used to. Based on what happened with Scott D'Amore, it put a bad taste. I haven't given up on it, and I actually do think it's still a pretty good wrestling program for the most part. But, yeah, I'm not as up to date on it as I could be. I'm very, very happy that they finally gave Lish a belt. Tag Team Championship, whatever. I mean, long overdue, man. I've always liked her. Thank you, Prime Time. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's proper sick. Yeah, all the good stories are the true ones, man. God, fanny over here is a word that I haven't heard since the 70s. We're all pretty much a straight ass at this point. No, I haven't checked anything Purist yet. We're about to go through the notes here in just a second. Crystal's in the U.S. You updated the game. Well, dadgummit, there goes my number one guess as to what the problem would be. What time zone in the U.S. are you in? Is Punk's special title entrance in the game when you set Heyman as a manager? Well, I have no idea, but let's find out. This is what we're here for, to have questions answered. Gonna have to throw a belt on him here. Which one we're gonna give him? Roster. Title management. Sure, 24/7. Oh, I should have given him these. Yeah, that's all right. have to go back and remember to take that off later. Yeah, that works. And we go here. I was thinking we were getting a Paul Heyman as well for manager, but then I remember that's for the MyRise stuff, which I guess I got to unlock those cards too, but I don't play MyRise, so I'm in no rush. Paul Heyman jumping sides. Damn, Roman wasting no time at all. Oh, he caught Heyman. Let's see if Heyman's going to stay with Punk after that. Nice. Paul, I'd get out of the way if I were you, Paul. All right, well, to answer your question, it didn't do anything for the entrance. Damn, I love the fact that he took out Heyman. Nicely done. All right, so it seems like everyone has done their due diligence in getting the update of the patch. What color is a purple finch? Clown, I don't think I want to play with you today. I have a feeling you're playing with me. Seems too obvious to say, like who's buried in Grant's tomb? Oh, that thing with Rock and Oprah is old, and he had to come out with an apology video days later because it was killing. So The Rock, this is one of the things for Wrestle Chat coming up in the near future. The Rock has been dropping massive numbers of followers. Not that he's dropped, they're dropping off of him. Over 250,000 less followers in the last several weeks. People have finally seen him for what he truly is. I've been saying it for a long time. I don't like him. I don't like him not as a wrestler, like oh, he's a heel. I don't like him as a human being. He's fake. Absolutely fake. And I've been saying it for a long time, man. He used wrestling to get what he has. That's fine. No problem with that. But now that he's in the Hollywood world, he has become one of them. And he has turned, he went from being the people's champ, from being this guy that we could all relate to, who did come up with now having a lot of stuff. If you watch Young Rock, a lot of that's all true stories. But now, one of the other things he got busted for, he did a video for In-N-Out Burger. The first time The Rock's ever been to In-N-Out Burger, looking forward to this. And then it turned out to be a commercial for his vodka. Oh, it'll pair nicely with this. And then, actually, you know what? We can make up our own rules and we can mix the two of them together. Well, problem is, A, you turn it into a commercial for your vodka, so that it wasn't you having your first. And a couple of years ago on Instagram, and you know the internet's forever, you did your first ever In-N-Out Burger video for that. So now you're just prostituting yourself at this point. One of the ongoing jokes apparently is his new name is Dwayne the Ad Johnson. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. But you couple all that. I mean, he lies like Joe Biden at this point. Everything coming out of his mouth. He's the new Hulk Hogan. Everything coming out of his mouth is basically bullshit. And it's coming back to catch up to him. All right, so we've taken care of the CM Punk's title thing. There's nothing special about that. Everyone's updated the game. OVW, wow. I probably should watch. I've never seen OVW, really. Blazed Radio is in the house. What's up, McCoy? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Crystal, what system are you playing on? Maybe that's the problem. For those of you that can see but can't play, are you on a PS4? Didn't even think about that. Oh, are these not supposed to... Today's what date? Oh, shit, you're right. Today's the 14th. Why did I think it was the 15th already? Well, damn. Okay, I think we just solved everybody's problem right there. I'll bet you we're going to find out. Well, prime time's on Xbox One. Now, I don't know Xbox World. I don't know which came first, because you would think Xbox One was the first one, right? But no, we know that ain't true. So if that's the last gen, I would say that's probably the common denominator right now. But let's see if Crystal's still here to tell us. Yeah, Roman's in hot pursuit of the 24/7 championship. Hey, he may be at this point in time. Never rule it out. He got knocked the woo out. Yes, he did. Absolutely, DJ. No problem, man. Oh, Monty Python. I know. You know what? I feel like I'm about to make some enemies. I've not watched almost any Monty Python. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Quest for the Holy Grail, was that the one that started out with the sword fight where it's just a flesh wound? Because I've seen that scene. But that's it. I haven't seen the movies. Yeah, The Rock has definitely gone diva. No two ways about it, man. And I'm happy that people are starting to see it, and it's not just a me thing anymore. I've been sick of him for a very long time. I know, man. You ain't been feeling good. I'm hoping you're feeling better, man. It's good to see you here. The Rock is the people's Joe Biden. Sad but true. And here's the best thing about the fact that people have woke up to him now. They've been trying to push him as a future presidential candidate for real. You know, you look at the Young Rock show, that was like a little litmus test. I mean, when you're snuggling up with Oprah, there's a reason. It ain't like their worlds really connect. McCoy says, I solved it. What do I do in? Well, we're still waiting to see if you've solved it or not. I'm waiting. Hooper's on Xbox Series 5, which is the most recent. And so is Crystal. Okay, so here's a common denominator. It may be a PlayStation-only thing. Maybe only PlayStation 5 has gotten it early, which I didn't even realize. I thought today was supposed to be the drop day. We're the guinea pigs, okay? They just put out this patch. Let's talk about the patch here in a second. So we're the ones that are going to find out if it crashes the whole system so that the rest of you are perfectly fine. Yeah, I wasn't a big Benny Hill fan either. A lot of my friends were. I just wasn't my style of comedy. Yes, they are supposed to have a barbed wire baseball bat option now. I guess I have to check that out as well. A door? No, I haven't. Let's take a lookie. Creation, match. Custom match. Okay, I was looking for the word match. Let's just make a new one up. We'll go one-on-one. Extreme rules. All right, let's take a lookie here. Look at that. So we got a light bulb and a door. Okay. Now we got to keep the chair. Garbage can has to stay. Gosh dang it. That's all right. We'll get rid of this. Oh, no, we're going to have to get rid of the kendo stick, too, unfortunately. It sucks if you're playing Sandman. There's our light bulb. Are we really going to get rid of steel chairs? It's chairs or tables, man. It sucks. What kind of decision-making is this? Gosh, damn it. That's a problem to have. Well, there should be ringside seats, like for the timekeepers and stuff. Maybe we can get a chair from. All right. We'll get rid of the chair. We already got the door. We got the light bulb. Right? What am I looking for? Hold on. Light bulb we got. Door we got. And barbed wire we got. No, I think we're good. We should be good. Those are the 3 new weapons, right? Door, light bulb, barbed wire. That's hardcore. I'm curious as hell to see what you do with the door. I mean, can you prop it up like a table or put it in the corner, I'm guessing? There's our hardcore. Who we want to take out? Sandman. I'm gonna go Terry Funk. Let's do it. Rock for President, AEW, fight forever, best game ever. AEW is awesome, and 2K never messes up. Custom arena banners. I'm not even remembering what the problem was.
Making his way to the ring from Philadelphia, weighing in at 230 pounds.
Your mom banned it. I love it. My dad banned the Flintstones because we watched it too much and we knew them all word for word, and he didn't see any logic. Hard to argue with that. You know, prime time, I'll run for president before I'll run for 2K president. And I promise you, if I'm president of the United States, we're going to get shit back in order. Anyone with purple, green, and yellow hair, you're going to a new island. We're going to set you guys all up on your own island. You want to go looting stores? You're going on the island. And we're going to make it a reality show. It's going to be like Survivor, but for all these losers and dregs of society, we'll have cameras everywhere. That'll pay for the shipping of the people over there. And then just see what develops. I can only imagine. 4:11 p.m. for Crystal, which is same as mine. Yeah, it has to be the system. That's the only thing that makes sense. And I didn't realize that I was ahead of the curve here. I thought, by the way, we got to check Sandman out when the match starts to see if that blood is still there. And we got to change that music. Oofa. Oof. Brutal.
Texas, weighing in at 247 pounds, Terry.
Prime time is in promo class. There you go. Yeah, I said the same thing, McCoy, earlier, that I was a little bummed that he didn't come through the crowd. Yeah, DJ, I didn't know they had him either. Looking forward to pulling some of this stuff out. Custom banners, custom arena always showed up blank. Custom banners? Maybe I just wasn't using them that much because most of my stuff doesn't have. I've got a pretty scaled down arenas and the stuff I've been running, so maybe that's why I didn't notice it. Call for the bell. Take that. I'm a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, bitch. Uh-oh. Good old-fashioned sloppy clothesline by the Sandman. That looks about accurate. One of the things I love about this year's game is when that mat's rumbling, you see the ripple effect of the mat itself as it moves out towards the edges. And it just adds another level. They've done a lot of good things this year with the game. I mean, God knows there's still enough we can complain about, right? What is this? Didn't look like the right images. Hold on. Hold on. There's a headbutt. Oh. Uh-oh. It doesn't break? You got a fluorescent ball that doesn't break? It sounds broke. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Get back in there. All right, what was the other weapons? Yeah, of course. We got to have Barbie. Can we light it on fire? It's a bonus if you can light the bat on fire. Referee in the way. First entertainment, now it's the referee. On the barbed wire bat. Oh, he just missed. That would have been sweet. The Funker is ready. Uh-oh. Don't pull out a door. Don't pull out a door. Ladder? Was that it? Oh. Oh, it's one of those ladders. All right. I see what you got there. Get up. Oh, by the way, we were supposed to look at something. Highlight reel. And nope, the blood disappears from the entrance. So you're bleeding on the entrance, and then you're perfectly fine once the match starts. Before we're done, we'll have 5 things you may not have known about 2K24. Now he's bleeding. Suddenly I want to put a door on top of the ladder. A Terry Funk stunner. All right, let's see what the door looks like, what it does. All right, it would have been nice if it had a door handle or a knob or something, but I'm guessing you can just lean it, though. Or throw it. I forgot about that. Oh, the paint comes off. Can we break it? Sandman, a bloody mess already. Middle-aged and crazy is Terry Funk. All right, I'm guessing you can prop this up in the corner. Let's see. Yep. So it's basically a table that doesn't stand up. Oh, he's got his kendo stick, which I didn't think I had in this match. So maybe, I don't know. It's weird. Maybe he can always get it, which is good. That's a good thing. God dang. I got to make a Negan. Lucille. Give me the strength. A bloody Sandman going for the cover. Uh-oh. Back and forth. Whoops, my bad. Damn it. Get up. Get up. Get up. Oh, no. Terry Funk laying out on the... Oh, and I missed my timing. I wanted to see if he'd go through it by himself. And now we may never know. That taunt has to go away, man. There was only like 1 or 2 women ever used it. And it's on every damn wrestler. Okay, this was my favorite. Oh, that's it on the first try. That's what I'm thinking about. I couldn't figure out how it didn't happen the first time around. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And he moved out of the way. Sandman just took it out like a champ. Spinning toe hold. Oh, the Sandman. How much is he going to be able to hang on this one? He survives for the moment. Swing and a miss. Shoulder block by Terrible T, Terry Funk. Boot to the midsection, and now Funk going to drop him with a DDT. Oh, it's getting bad. It's getting bad. Bad day to be the Sandman, ladies and gentlemen. Shoulder block, and now what's Sandman going to... I thought he was going to try a slingshot into a sunset flip, but that's not going to happen. Sandman with a takedown. It is carnage inside the ring. Blood everywhere. And the Sandman wants... Oh, he throws the kendo stick and catches Terry Funk upside the head. It's the dick kick. Terry Funk waiting for the opportunity. Oh! That's going to leave a mark. Back body drop gets him out of trouble. And Terry Funk once again going after the leg. And the Sandman finds a way. Funk has him up in the air. Suplex nicely executed. Sandman hasn't got enough problems getting put through doors and hit with flash bulbs. Now he's got to worry about Terry Funk actually out wrestling him. There's a right hand to the head of the hardcore icon. Irish whip to the ropes, back out front. Funk again ready for one of the most awkward reversals in the game. Sandman trying to just stay alive at this point. Oh, Terry says, no, I'm not selling that one. Once again, targeting the leg. Oh, Sandman's in a lot of trouble now, and that's it. He's done.
Here is your winner,
Uh-oh, hold on. Ravishing Rick Rude. Making his return to the ECW. And targeting Terry Funk goes to the eyes. They did a good job on the motion cap on this too, because Terry has those like labored punches, and it's very accurate, kind of the way Hogan's accurate, the way he hits the ropes. Nice little details. Like I said, they've done enough right with this year's game that I've looked past a lot of the wrong. Well, shit, that happened. Something tells me we haven't heard the end of this. Oh, no, we haven't. Oh, let's see what's happening in the chat here while I was busy with that. Yeah, so you're talking about custom matters. We're about to jump onto that right now. I'm going to go look at the list here and go through everything. Should have had Rhino or even ECW. It would have been nice to have had Rhino, yes, but he's kind of under contract right now with Impact/TNA, so I kind of get it, although I think they would have been more than happy to allow him to do that. Hearing Terry Funk theme music, I think it's Bonanza. Yeah, that's what I said, too, earlier. I said it's Bonanza. Call me Oscar, right? Exactly. So while we're talking about, let me, because I keep getting sidetracked, let's talk about the notes here real quick. This is from Smack Talks, who was kind enough to actually copy and paste all this stuff down so it's nice and easy to find. So 1.08 patch notes, let's hear it. General, several stability improvements. I love that. Tells you nothing. Moving along, new entrances and victory motions. Wolfgang, Mark Coffey, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven as non-champions. Alba Fire and Isladon Isla Dawn, I forget how to pronounce her name, but non-championship. D'Angelo and Stax is non-champions. Okay, so there's those new entrances and victory motions to look forward to. Audio ring announcer selection is now available in Universe Match Options. Oh, I thought that was already there. So you can now select whatever ring announcer. Like I'm not a big Samantha Irving fan. So that said, I don't have to have her as my ring announcer for any of the brands. I can switch her out and just have the guys. Presentation improvements to super finisher, visual effects, timing. I don't use a super finisher very much at all either, so I don't know what all that would be addressing. Address reported concern where user interface was obscure in ladder matches. Improve blackout payback trigger timing. I guess there was an issue with the timing on that. Okay. Create an arena. Custom arenas with Raw, SmackDown, Smack, or NXT in their name will bring the referee appropriately. Custom arenas with Raw, Smack Capital, or NXT in their names will brand the referee. That's pretty interesting. So basically it's going to do a little bit of recognition as long as you make sure, like if you want the Raw referee attire automatically in a created arena, just make sure you put the word Raw in there in the title of the arena. That's pretty cool. Again, they've done enough. I mean, and by enough, I mean a lot of little improvements that add up. SmackDown movie is now named correctly. Okay, I'm not sure what it was named before, but all right. Address reported concern where the video billboard would lose its customizations. Didn't have that problem that I'm aware of, but I also wasn't using it. Users can now add customizations to parts with LED displays while the display is active. The display will temporarily turn off after applying the customization. The display will turn back on. Okay. These are all things that I generally don't have any use for. Create a superstar. Colorless emboss setting is now saved correctly. Good. I didn't have the problem, but I know what they're talking about. I didn't know it was a problem. Logos no longer shrink when editing first color. Thank you. That was becoming an annoying thing. Create. What is CAE? CAE, create a what? Event? When saving, create a superstar entrance or victory. Who we got here? Left Field Lou, welcome aboard, buddy. Welcome aboard. Yeah, Left Field Lou joining us here on the Nation Network. Glad to have you. Where was I? When saving, create a superstar. Thank you. Entrance or victory. A prompt will be displayed to allow saving changes to universe. Are you telling me that we can finally make changes? Like right now, if I change Terry Funk, let's do it. Let's do it. Entrance. Custom entrance. And this is one of those many things that they've done differently that is a good thing. You used to have just the basic entrance unless you wanted to go into the detail one. Now it's all right here. It's just that simple. All right, let's go down here. Music? Oh, maybe not. I guess you just go through here for music. So there was, I think, Cowboy, and then there's Western. Let's see what Cowboy looked like. Cowboy. See, I like that a whole lot better. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I think that's our winner. I gotta run, keep from hiding. I got one more silver dollar. Well, I'm not gonna let him catch me, no. All right, that's the winner. So now, was this not always an option? I don't think it was. Now the real question is, does it actually? No, it did. What am I saying? It always did. The thing that it doesn't save, which it should save, is if I make a tag team in exhibition here, then I have to recreate the whole damn tag team in universe, and that pisses me off. You should be able to import it instead of having to do it all over again. I'm not sure what they're talking about then. That was always there. If I made changes to someone's entrance or any of that kind of stuff in the base game here and went into universe mode or whatever else, it was always there. With the exception being tag teams. All right, let's see. Let me do something here real quick, by the way, because while I'm on that screen, I'm not seeing the chat, so I can pop this out. Pardon me while I pop this out. Move it over there. We want doors. We want doors. Certain weapons will be specific to certain characters, such as Sandman's kendo, which is great because I'm over here making a hardcore match without a kendo stick, and I'm like, that kind of sucks for Sandman, but he should always be able to get it. We talked about that a little bit earlier on there, McCoy. So, yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, Jesse's an icon. And to have him back there in any way, shape, or form, I'd love to have him, show up and do an episode of Raw or something like that. That voice, man, it is just sorely missed in my book. And he knows about all the cover-ups, too, so he and I see eye to eye on a great many things. The pecker checker, indeed. Sammy was tapping like Sammy Davis Jr. I tell you what, we've got an eclectic audience here, and most of us will get that reference. What's taking him so long for WrestleMania 40? That's a great question. I kind of thought that would have been part of this. I forgot about that. That should be easy, too. I mean, wow. The fact that that's taking time at all is kind of surprising to me. All right, let's get back to the notes here. Deletion utility. That's all it says. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. The custom image category now displays the current utilization of space specific to custom images. That was a huge problem. It was telling people that if you tried to download content and it said, oh, you've already reached your maximum level of logos. And it's like, no, I'm not even close there yet. Now, it didn't affect me. I got lucky somehow. I don't know how that all worked out for me because I did have a decent amount. And it did give me the warning. How I got away with it, I'm not even sure. But it gave me the thing saying that I reached my maximum level. And I'm looking, and I've always said that this is a thing that bugs me about the logo count, is that if you go into deletions, once you start deleting any logos for the first time, it throws the number system all out of whack. So let's just say you went and downloaded, 50, 60 created wrestlers as soon as you got the game, and you hit your 1,000 logo limit. And now you start deleting them. Well, what used to be number 10 now all of a sudden is maybe number 5. And what used to be number 200 is now down to 123. They get all jumbled about. So now when you're scrolling through, it's not showing you numbers 1 through 800, if that's all you have now utilized. It's showing you 1, 2, 3, 25, 30. It's jumping all over the place. And you might even have number 800 come before number 500. So it's literally like putting them in a blender. So what you end up having to do is scroll all the way down to find the highest number that you have. And that should give you the general number of images you're utilizing. Anyway, my highest number was somewhere in the 600 range. I hadn't even hit a 700, so I knew I wasn't over. But again, fortunately, what I was downloading was ECW people, and most of them have very low logo counts. So I was able to get everything I wanted at the time. And now that should be fixed, according to them. Jen Warrior in the house. Welcome aboard. And I agree about it would have been nice again. We mentioned already. Rhino under contract. Raven, man, it would have been nice to get him. It would have been. All right, that catches me all up on the chat. Let's move back to over here. My faction. Who cares? Various improvements. Perfect. My Rise. I'm still in the midst of the female My Rise storyline. XBO XSX platform. The fuck? Addressed reported concern with achievement not being unlocked. Okay, I'm going to guess that's a wrestling promotion that I'll get to. Online stability improvements. I don't play online. Universe mode. Talk to me. Addressed reported concern with players being able to select superstars not assigned to the current show. Addressed reported concern with players being able to select superstars that are not addressed. Yes, that's what happened after the last patch. Now everybody was available. And you had to actually remember, okay, who's on this brand or who's on this brand. So hopefully that's fixed now. It sounds like it is. Addressed reported concerns with the match table and match generation. Reported concerns with the match table and match generation. Oh, okay. That so far as in the universe mode where you can, I didn't know what the problem was, but okay. Stability improvements. Again, vague as all shit. All right. Well, that is all the notes they have. The biggest takeaway for me, I guess, out of that was that if you create an arena and put the word Raw or Smack in it or NXT in it, it'll give you automatically the proper officiating. Which I guess that's kind of cool. In a Carlito kind of way. That could be cool. But I am a little bit surprised to hear about that WrestleMania Arena thing. That's a good point. All right, so we changed the Terry Funk music for entrance. Now we got to change it for victory. Cowboy 2, that's the one I'm going with. I endorse Cowboy 2 as the official Terry Funk entrance theme. You know, not for anything. In the old games, it defaulted to the entrance music. Speaking of music, where the hell is it? Motion, music. Which was a pretty simple concept. If that's his entrance, that's his exit. All right, that takes care of Terry. I'm trying to think, was there anybody else entrance or exit? I think everything else was pretty solid. Oh, I know what I was wondering about. And I probably won't change anything up, but I'm curious. Oh, it says Dudley's 1. That tells me there's probably a Dudley's 2. Let's see. There is a Dudley's 2. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Didn't have the streaming explosion, though. This is the one I'm more familiar with. Oh, my brother, testify. Universe mode, nothing. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, basically they put it back the way it was, so far as now it should only show you the names that are on the brand as options to put into a match. Which was fine when the game launched, and then after a patch it got messed up. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Dudley's 2. At least it has the pyro. And then I'll leave the Dudley's 1 for the victory, because that doesn't really make a big difference there. So Universe Mode, A, is always going to be buggy because they don't give a shit about it enough to fix it. And B, from what I've read and heard since the game launched by the people who really specialize in Universe Mode and trying to get everything as best it can be, is that if you go over 39 members of your roster in a Universe Mode, it gets buggy. If you keep it under 39 or 39 or under, then generally speaking, according to them, it works very well. I look at it this way. I end up booking everything myself anyway. One of the things that has happened for years and is no different now, I put a card together, like yesterday's card, for example, for the XWF. I put that together early in the morning. Come 5 o'clock, guess what? I got to rebook it all because two reasons. I mean, the matches are still there because I booked all of them myself. But it dropped all the titles off. There was non-title matches. I had to go in and put all the title matches back up. But the day before that, when I started working on it, there was a match already in there that I already liked, and I left it alone. And it was part of a rivalry thing, so I figured, okay, that's cool. It'll be there. And then sure as hell, that match is completely gone. They put some wiggy thing in there instead, and I had to go and put that in. So that's been a forever thing. A forever thing. If you book title matches in Universe Mode and don't play it at that time, chances are pretty strong that the title match is going to be a non-title match unless you go back in before you hit launch. All right. So that takes care of the Dudleys. I do like the light bulbs, I'll say that. They crash magnificently. Let's take a look at Universe Mode. Am I in this one? Oh, please don't tell me you messed me up right there. Right? This is current day. I thought I was still in the other one, but it's okay. Actually, no, not today. I need to... we did our draft. This is for WrestleVerse right here, so it's a current day roster on this one. But I haven't fulfilled the draft that we did here on the channel, so I've got to go through and reassign everybody accordingly. Let's go to edit matches. So in theory, Roman Reigns should not be a selectable character, let's say. Let's find something else. Although we had a simple one-on-one. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So they finally fixed it. Congratulations. So now it's only going to be the Raw roster members that are there. And that's a good thing. But again, it was the way it was before. Y'all messed it up. And there's something we haven't checked, and I can't believe I'm waiting till now to check on it because it's a habitual thing in the past. I don't know that we've had the problem with it this time around. But it happened all the time a year ago. And for me, it's always a default that I just go and check this out real quick. Some of you already know what I'm going to do. Gotta see if the mustache and the hair disappeared. No, they're still there intact. Congratulations, 2K. At least there's something that you learned from last time out. It was so frustrating every time there was a patch. Hogan had no facial hair and he had no hair. All right, let's check one more thing now just to make sure. Okay. Still intact. They don't have a ring announcer. You're right. And I thought that was supposed to be a thing. Wait a minute now. Hold on a second. Because they're saying it is now. So let's hold on. Let's check that out. That was in the patch notes. And I remember them talking about that in the game in general. It was supposed to be a thing. I just never got around to messing with it. Let's go to Universe. Show details. So, like, you have your referee, show, screen filter, matchup, design, watermark, image, location, commentary. No, that's not it. Arena roll. Of course, I've got mine all turned off anyway, so it doesn't really matter for me. It's not going to show up. I mean, it might show up, but it wouldn't affect anything. Edit. Okay, so that's nothing. My universe. Options. Current play style. Tag team. Injury. Entrances. Cash in. They said that there is, I don't know about custom, but even on the regular shows. Edit show. All right, try that. Full preview. Maybe it's in the overall settings, which kind of sucks because then that's going to be for all shows. Options. Presentation. Spectate control. It's nice that if somebody upgrades to the PS5 from the PS4, you can bring in your save. Deletion utility note. Actually, hold on. Let me take a look at that one. Oh, I was just like tapping away on the square button to get different camera angles. I didn't realize how much control I could have over that. So you got north, south, east, and west. That's simple enough. And that's a square with triangle. You get the high view. And that's it. Okay. Well, damn. Look forward to that in the near future. I really enjoy the camera switching up on the Hell in a Cell match. I thought that gave it a really good look. Switch to highlight reel. Move free cam, free cam. Now, is that during the match itself? Or is that just highlight reel? Yeah, I think that's a highlight reel. I don't think you can do that during the live. Maybe you can. Follow target with the X. I got to mess around with this a little bit more. What's up, JH in the house? How you doing, buddy? Oh, the hair glitch. Oh, buddy. Interesting. Let's see. I don't have too many, but I know I've got one. Oh, you're right. Glad I caught it now. But just for shits and giggles. Well, now it looks all right. Let's see something. Let's see something. No, it's gone. Trying to remember which hairstyle I would use on him in the past. Good catch on that one, but I think that's the only one I've currently got. And if not, I'll find out the hard way, I'm sure. I'll take a quick look through here in a second, though, just out of curiosity. What was actually, I remember there's a couple of different hairstyles for Kerry that were usable. You could get away with that. That doesn't actually look terrible, but no, it's not. I'm not the one I would go with. That's another close one. I know the one I'm thinking of. There it is. And that's the one that I generally go with. And I don't know that I need the 2 hair glitch, to be honest with you. I think this one looks fine. Yeah, I think I'll just stick with that, to be honest with you. If I was smart, I would have done this one first. Because for me to download him again, that means I got to first go in. I've got to remove him from the roster. Got to make sure he's not in any tag teams. Got to make sure he doesn't have any allies associated with him, because you have to completely wipe him out in order to actually delete him from your roster, and then go find him again and re-download him. If I thought he looked that much better with the hair glitch, then I would go through all that. And part of the issue with these different errors that the game has, according to the experts, is the hair glitches. That the game's not supposed to be doing that. And by putting it in there, it's kind of messing it up a little bit. So getting rid of it is not a bad deal in my book. I missed it. Where was he? There you go. Yeah, I think he looks pretty damn good with that hairstyle. William Weir's in the house. Welcome aboard. It's always something. Wolfman Lewis, it's always something that the 2K can't get right. Well, yeah, it's part of their charm. But again, unlike every other year, this is the one year. Why am I here? Where I feel like they've done enough to improve the game overall. Why does it not look like that? Okay. They've done enough improvements on the game overall that I feel it offsets the negatives, at least enough of them. In the past, we just kept getting the same game with a new roster and a whole bunch of headaches that we didn't have the year before. This year, we have a relatively same game with some new tweaks to it, things like that, and some new problems that we haven't had before. Some of the same old problems, but they've put so many little nuanced things into it. Just little tiny details over and over. You're still finding stuff, and it's like, holy shit, I never saw that before. So the fact that they put enough energy and effort into making it better than it was in the past years with these little improvements, I'm a little more forgiving than I've been in many years. And the fact that I didn't spend any money on this one. It's amazing how nice a person you can be when you're not out of pocket. But it still came from somebody that's closely affiliated with me, so I feel bad if it's like I try not to complain too much because I don't want her to feel like I don't appreciate the thought that went into it. All right, let me just see if anyone else pops into my mind that might have a two-hair glitch. I think that's the only one. Eugene did, but I had to remove, and to my point, I had to remove the two-hair glitch because the creator made him way too big. I mean, he was just overwhelmingly large compared to the real character. I mean, when he was matching up with certain wrestlers, it's like he shouldn't be bigger than this guy. He should be about the same size. And every time I would try to adjust the body size, it crashed the game because of the hair glitch. Now, in his case, it looked better with the two hair. Oh, well. So back to now again, these are new ones that I just downloaded. I guarantee you that's going to be a problem. Let's see. No? All right, never mind. Miracle X in the house. Welcome aboard. Wolfman, they're not going to rebuild Universe Mode. They made it very clear about it. That's not something they have any interest in. So, don't hold your breath. Gosh, I wonder. Yeah, it looks like a two-hair glitch. Let's find out. I'm going to say, yeah. Shit. Well, I haven't assigned him yet. That's the good news. I haven't assigned him yet. Can't really blame 2K for that one, though. Like I said, it's not supposed to be in the game. So, Axel Rotten. Let's see if there's anything else that looks like it would jump out at me as being a two-hair glitch issue. Like I said, Eugene, I had to tweak it up myself and just kind of paint some hair up there. Anything here? We just fixed Kerry. If I was smart, I would have removed the image, but I forgot. Alexis King, maybe. Nope, he's good. Oh, that's right. They have it. His hairstyle in the game. I forgot. Yeah, 2K18 was really solid, and 19 might have been my favorite. else we got here? There's somebody was mentioning New Jack earlier. I think that's a really good New Jack. I forget who the creator is, but if you search for New Jack, he's going to be near the top. Raven, that should be a one hair. It's the same hair we just used. Oh, yeah, we got to do Sandman. I forgot. Got to patch on the clothing. And then we can delete that cost slot. Two hair glitches. I think we're good. So it's only one. Not bad. And the good news is I hadn't put him into anything yet, so. .69 megabytes. That's a lot of logos, boys and girls. Okay. Done. And now let's go back and re-download him. That was one of my favorite creators. I just forget which one. So many favorites. It was relatively recently, too. So Takamichi Nuko is another good one there. Chris Sabin looking good. Preston Vance. I think that's the same one, and that is K Radiation. Surprise, surprise, surprise. That might not be it, because it should show that I downloaded them, right? Let me see something. I'm not saying that I wouldn't take that one. I'm just, now I want to see. Feel like there was another one. And it might have been him too, and he might have just done other alternate attires. Not there. Thinking, yeah. That's probably a two hair glitch right there. Where are you at? We're getting into the ECW stuff here. It's got to be nearby. Jusco, how you doing? Welcome aboard, buddy. Have some ECW arenas. Marty M., our arena expert. Let me see what that's looking like. I'm not sure what changes he made to them. Usually he brings the boards in and stuff like that. Feel like I'm window shopping here. What the hell is this? Looks like Mr. Beast. Waffle House. Now I'm hungry. Good job. Lord Tenzai. Don't have an Axel Rotten. I thought he was pretty close by. Glad to hear it, man. There's the Atom Bomb. Somebody was asking about that earlier. Dr. Gorilla Nuts, another one of the top creators. Matt and Nick Young. Are these real guys? I don't know who they are. Never heard of them. Rebel. Hashtag Rebel. ROFWFNL. No idea. Yeah, somebody made Bo Dallas. Who was that? Luis Miniman, one or the other. I'm assuming that's the same one. No, it's actually a different one than what I'd seen. That's an interesting idea right there. I wonder if Uncle Howdy's ever going to wrestle without the mask. If not, you got to make sure you don't have a Shockmaster moment. Otherwise, the gig is up. Times Square venue. Yeah, I mean, overall, the game's not bad. Again, we have a low bar based on past performance, so they haven't exactly done a great job of setting a high bar. Let's just put it that way, which makes everything palatable. Even Fight for... Well, no, I take it back. Fight Forever was not. It was good for a hot minute, and after that, it's like, okay, now what? And the fact that they are now looking at making a new video game, it was like, well, I understand the logic in it because the last one was a piece of crap. But, yeah, the way they handled this game and all this additional content that they're charging I mean, if you were charging $4 or $5 for it, that's one thing. But no, man, they're like $20 a pop on that stuff. And fans are not going to take well to that. I mean, your game sucks to begin with. You've missed a lot of the marks that you should have had or that you maybe talked about you were going to have, but you really don't. Well, I am not finding Axel Rotten. I wonder if the hair glitch made it come out somehow. I don't know. Is that a possibility? Because I'm not seeing him anywhere now, and he was definitely in... I mean, I'm on page 21 right now. Well, let me go back to, I think it was page number 2, where there was an Axel Rotten. It wasn't the same one I had, because it would show there that I downloaded it, but I'm going to take him. Without the game exploding. Dude, I don't have a clue why that's an issue at this point in time. I really don't. And they want to blame it on the old consoles and the fact that, we've got people using old gen versus new gen. And the reality is this. We're talking about images. Period. It should be whatever your system can handle. Period. If you want more logos, then you'll upgrade to the PS5 or whatever, gaming system you're using, or you'll get a stronger computer, whatever the case may be. But the fact that logo images and points and all that stuff is such a big deal at this point in time, security and all kinds of stuff, and I see that the signal got dropped a little bit, which might have something to do with the bad weather, so if we're getting glitched up a little bit, I apologize. I am still talking about... comparison of the logo limit on this game and a game that's older than this game that was made for the PS4 that just recently had a PS5 aspect of it where you can now upgrade, I see zero improvement. And going to the PS5 version when it comes to the game Fallout 4 on a PS5. That said, they have settlements where you've got your little community of people surviving the post-apocalypse, and you can build communities and houses and bedding for them, and they all have jobs to do to help, create food and raise livestock, and all that other stuff goes on. Each settlement has a memory limit. And part of that memory limit, as I'm looking over here at these little error things, not receiving enough video. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. We've had some sketchy weather around here, so it could have something to do with that, but I doubt it. Knowing YouTube the way I do, it's probably not the issue. But anyway. All right. PS, look at me. OBS is popping up with messages every 2 seconds, and I can see that it's lagging up a little bit. So I apologize for the lag. It's out of my control right now. It's got something to either do with the weather here in Central Florida, although right now I don't think we're having a problem with it, but a lot of the other parts of the state are, and it could be something that's affecting Spectrum in general. Or it could just be YouTube as usual, because this seems to be a problem with YouTube this hours of the day. So for that, I apologize, but I think we've covered everything we were going to cover today. We took a look at some stuff, and a couple of you guys brought in some good, interesting thoughts of what to look at. We did. So that included the Paul Heyman added with CM Punk entrance to see if that did anything for Punk's entrance. It did not. And I have to remember to take the 24-hour championship off of him as soon as we finish this up. So, yeah. Primetime's weather is messing up his Wi-Fi. Well, again, it could be something to do with it. I think right now we're sunny skies, but we had some really vicious stuff for about 45 minutes over here where I was like, y'all need to stay indoors, man. I had people thinking they were going to jump in golf carts and go around. I was like, nah, man, you don't want to be playing with this. Got to take this shit seriously. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with us. We had a great show today, man. 259 people live viewing on the Nation Network. If there's anything we can do to help you out, by all means, leave a comment down below, and I try to address all the comments that get posted as quickly as I can. We'll be back in the very near future with a Wrestle Chat, because there's a lot of stuff since our last Wrestle Chat. I started getting smart where I put notes on my phone, and each time I see something, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. And I got a pretty big list right now, so we got to talk about that. And we will. Very soon, hopefully within 24 hours. I just don't want to put a time down because there's too many moving parts in my world right now that I can't make good commitments to time and things of that nature. But everybody have a great rest of your night. I'll see you right back here on the Nation Network.